So, first step of making this Cougar Classic into a better car. We're going to do the transmission. Now, I can already tell that the components are way better in this Pro transmission kit. This is seriously strong plastic right here. I like the way you've got these O-rings that go around the outside, and it obviously stops the belt from kind of moving around, slipping and things like that. Actually, I think, let me just put this on here. This is an upgraded, much stronger belt. There's no way that is going to slip on them teeth. And I think the other ones did a little bit. So that's beefed up. Also, these parts here of the diff are diff plates, I guess they're called. I don't know. Diff plate holders. These are metal. And on the other one, they're plastic. You have to glue them in. So, yeah, it's... a much better design. So there you go. Let's get building. Right, let's get this bolt here. The disc springs go on first, and they have to go on in a particular way. So they're in place there. Then you get the small excuse me, from covering up the old. Then you get the small grooved washer, they call it in the manual. And then we need some molly grease. Actually, no, we need the thrust bearing. Thrust bearing stops it from coming undone, as far as I'm aware. I'm sure somebody will correct me if I've got that wrong. Then we need a touch of molly grease, which we'll stick on. I'm glad I read the... very slightly, though, to be fair. So that one goes in here. Wow. I'm glad I checked that out. Yeah, that is different. And then we put the thrust bearing back in. It's got a little bit of molly grease on there, although I'm put a little bit more on, I think. Like so. And it goes in there like so. Put a bearing on. Nice bearings, super smooth bearings. One of these jobs on here, like so. The diff plate here. Then one of those there. We'll put our balls in. Get some silicone grease. This is the way I do it. Dip a little bit in there, not too much. Well, there's a lot. And then basically cherry pick them out of our bowl. Always get a bowl. Always do your work out of a bowl. A clean bowl at that. Let's put the balls in. Okay, all the balls are in the diff. Actually, I do like a ball diff because, let me zoom you in a bit there. There you go. You know, we never used to... we always used to run ball diffs. The gear diff thing was never a thing when I was first racing RC cars, but it's quite nice to sort of go back to them, really. Have a little bearing. Let's put that in there. Make sure that goes in. And it goes. Lovely jubbly. Just goes inside there. That's nice. That goes in there like that. That's good. Stick that basically on there. Make sure it lines up and falls into place. Obviously it's not falling into place there, so give it a little bit of persuasion in there and it should just pop in. Another bearing goes in place here. Make sure that engages nicely. Everything seems to be in place, so we're going to do the diff up. Looking nice already. There you go. Couple of little bits. You've got a little bit of, we call it flash, I think. We'll just get rid of that. Cut that off. And then we'll tighten it up, and then that's that bit done. Massively better than the original one in this car. Right, I'm going to show you how to fix in the old crucifix of doom. Anyone who's ever done a Schumacher build will hate these things, but there is a knack. You basically just push it in as so. It comes with a little tool, and I've not actually heated this up or anything, so, and then you just push it in. And that is it. That is literally as easy as that. It's not actually very difficult. Mind you, I've done it a few times. So there you go, that's the diff built. I've tightened it up to, I think, a good level, but that'll need adjusting when it's actually on the car. But that is so smooth, super duper smooth. What a lovely piece of kit that is. Right, I've done a fair bit off camera because I didn't want to bore you or anything, but there it is. So I've got these drive shafts all built up. Once again, link in the description for to see how to put those together. They're super simple. And that lay shaft is seriously beefed up. I love the fact it's got these kind of tracking washers on, if you like, to stop the belt from moving. I think that's a really, really smart idea. That is a serious piece of kit. You know, you're going to be putting sort of 10.5 power boosted, turboed up through this. So it needs to be pretty solid. But there you go. Well, I'm going to put it back together, get it back on the car now. Okay, so we've got all the slipper clutch done, drive shafts done, lay shaft done, everything done, and it's looking pretty good. So just on closer inspection, the old one, so different. So this belt isn't as strong, I don't think, by looking at it. The teeth aren't as big, and it was the lay shaft that had gone. So if I just open this up here, basically in there's no grooves really for that bar to sit. I think it's just yeah, had it that one, but there you go. So on with the next part. I've done a few bits off camera. I shall update you. So we have got the Pro transmission in, hole cut out on the spur cover there. We've also got the decent drive shafts in now as well. We've got the motor fitted, the Orca Blitzstream 10.5 turn, which is a seriously nice piece of kit. We've also got the upgraded steering components there as well, fully ball raced. So I have also been working on the shocks. It's quite soft, but to be honest, I think when we get it outside on Astro, I think it's going to be pretty good, but it's okay. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to keep it as is. Nearly forgot to mention the carbon shock tower has also been upgraded, so you know, level playing field and all. So the ESC of choice is going to be this Hobbywing quick run 10BL 120. It's 120 amps. Looks really good actually for the money. It's fairly cheap, so I just thought we'd do something different. So let me get this out of the box. So here it is. Yeah, it looks pretty solid. I have used one of these before a little while ago, and it was really good. It comes already with the wires soldered on, which is quite nice in a way. It comes obviously with capacitors as well. And for the money, you absolutely cannot grumble. It is censored. I think you can use it sensorless as well, but we will be using it censored because of the motor. So, what features does this have? Well, if you look at this here, I have got a program card for it. So let's put it nice and close. We've got running mode, forward and brake, obviously, voltage cut off, punch. We've got 9 levels of punch, drag brake, drag force, reverse force. The one I'm interested in is number 8, boost timing. So we've got 9 of those. It goes up to 32 degrees. Turbo timing also goes up to 32 degrees. Turbo delay, BC voltage and motor rotation. So it's got everything that we need by the look of it. So looks pretty ample for this. So without further ado, let's get this in. Now I've done a video on soldering, so I'm not going to just bore you with that. If you want to see that, click the link in the description. Let's get this in. Right, we have officially finished this car now. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Right, so what else have we done? I've obviously put the ESC in, and I've done it fairly neat. We might need to remove the receiver wire purely because it might need some more setup So the setup program card is this one here, and I showed you earlier this sticker, and it just fits over there and it works flawlessly. So I have done a few little bits to get this car as well as I think it's going to go, but obviously until we hit the track we just don't know. So that's Carl's car all done. Oh yes, and I've made a few holes in the back there. I need to neaten that one up, to be fair, but it's pretty much done. So there you go. I played about with the shocks, and I think I've got them reasonable, but hopefully this car is going to be pretty good on the track. We've both got exactly the same cars, right, different ESCs, and I have got a different servo than that, but other than that, so there you go. So hopefully the next time you guys see this car, it's going to be whizzing around the track with me in the lead, and this will probably come second. Anyway, if you like what you see, like, subscribe, hit the old ding dong bell, and we'll see you again.